are unable when you are unable to fulfill a desire, or your desire is not fulfilled, you feel bad about it. Therefore, the one, as far as Bhagavan is concerned, he is apta sarva kamaha. There is no desire that he has to fulfill in the sense. He is always abiding in one's Paramananda Swarupa. And when that one is in the Paramananda Swarupa and one is in the means what? It is one's true nature, and at the same time is very important, self-evident. Not that something that you as an individual has to experience something extraneous to you. No. Myself, oneself, Bhagavan himself, even Jiva also, but he doesn't know. He is self-evident, Saprakasha, Paramananda Swarupa itself is called as Brahmananda. And this magnitude of Brahmananda is beyond any measure that the human intellect can know. As given in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, says, if you club together, collect the sense pleasure gained through the means of Upadhi's embodiment, by whom all, from Hiranyagarbha, the topmost, up to any insignificant creature, all these, by the Upadhis, from maximum to the minimum, sense pleasures one can enjoy if they are collected together. It says, it is not even a spray particle of water compared to the vast ocean of Brahmananda. If Brahmananda is the ocean, the happiness experienced by topmost Hiranyagarbha, Brahmaji onwards, any instant living being, all put together is not even a spray particle. What measure you can have now? So that he is the very storehouse of Ananda. All wealth belongs to him, and the one who has fulfilled all desires in the sense, actually there is no question of fulfilling desire. That very owning Paramananda, what will do? Will end all desires. Desires are for some sense pleasure, and they are with the Vishayas, experienced, indulged in through the Upadhis. Now, the one who has discovered and experiencing Brahmananda, where is the occasion for him to desire for all these small sense pleasures? The desire themselves cannot come. But from the word standpoint, we say, Sarvapta Kama. Bhagavan is the one who has fulfilled it. As it were, all desire means he has nothing to desire for. And when there is nothing to desire for, there is no question of any desire not fulfilled and being depressed. Anirvinna, the one who is totally free from Nirveda. that is this depression, etc., or sadness. Savishta. Savishta means, we say a fat one, in the sense, most grossest, one who is massive, biggest, in the form of Virat. Virat is the deity of macrocosmic Stula Sharira. As you know, Hiranyagarbha is the deity of macrocosmic Suksharira, means his subtle embodiment is sum total of all Suksharira. So also the body of Virat is sum total of all gross embodiments, which includes our embodiments also. Our body, physical body, is a part and parcel of Virat. Without your body, Virat is incomplete. So here, in the form of Virat, is Savishta, most gross, massive in nature, Savishta. Then comes Bhuhu or Abhuhu, because there is one Avagraha is there, and in some text that Avagraha is not there, then the meaning will differ. First, let us say with a, Avagraha is for a, elided. So Abhuhu, Abhuhu means what? The one who is unborn, one who is not born, one who is ever existent one. Sat Sadeva Some Idamagra Asi. Idamaha Jagataha Agri. Before the beginning of this creation Srishti, Sat only was there. And that Sat is Chit Ananda Sarup. Chandogya. Same thing is told in by Aitareya by different word. Atma vai eva idamagra asi. Atma vai eka idamagra asi. Atma and Atma alone was there before this Srishti came into existence. So that being the case, one who is never born, always exists. Otherwise, if that avagraha, is not there, it becomes bhu, then it means earth. Bhu sattayam. So that is the one who is nothing but Prithvi Swarupa, in the form of Prithvi, the mother earth. Dharma Yupa. Dharma Yupa. Yupa is a sacrificial post to which the animal to be sacrificed is tied. See, all yajnas are not with the Yupa because they do not involve sacrificing any animal. But certain yajnas are there. In fact, the Vedas are not interested in them. But there are people who want to fulfill some desires for which these only are the means the Veda provides. So that animal is tied to that yupa. Yupa is designed particular certain way, made with mantras, etc., etc. It's not any post just like that. So now this is dharma yupa. Figuratively, the sacrificial post to which dharma is tied. So that means binding posts of our dharmas. That is, all dharmas reside in Bhagavan. As told in Ramayana, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. Dharma, what is dharma? The righteous conduct prescribed by Vedas for humans. Achara Samhita. It is the handbook of what is to be done, what is not to be done by the human. The one main meaning is from the acharana standpoint, dharma standpoint. Otherwise, dharma word has got many meanings. Essential nature of a thing also dharma, true nature of a thing also dharma, like that. Features are dharma. So that is the binding post for dharma in the sense, all dharmas abide in him. Dharma yupa. Mahamakaha. Makha means yajna. He is great yajna. What does it mean? The makhas, great yajnas in the sense which finally can lead to the phala of nirvana, moksha. So yajna becomes great by giving the result of moksha. Not that yajna will directly give moksha. The yajna done with proper attitude of dedication to Ishvara, like karma phala, karma yoga principle. That will prepare the mind, which will be able to gain the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. So from that standpoint, he is Mahamakaha because he gives the or bestows the moksha. Yajna also is Brahma Vidya also is called Yajna. See, in the Suta Samhita of Skanda Purana, the last khanda is Yajna Vaibhava Khanda. In fact, when I took it for studying earlier, of course, some karma kanda aspect was there earlier, or upasana, etc., was there earlier. But slowly there's a transition in Atma Jnana, Brahma Vidya. And this is a final khanda. I was wondering how come a yajna, part of karma, can come at the end after dealing with the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. And not only that, it is a bulky one. I think almost half of the entire thing. And Vaibhava. So when I went through it, that yajna is not karma kanda yajna. It is jnana yajna. Atma jnana, Brahma jnana, considered as sacrifice in as much as the ahuti of self-ignorance, ajnana of Atma, is offered in the fire of Atma Jnana. Jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute. The fire of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, reduces all karmas to what? Ashes, in the sense it takes you beyond the realm of karma in terms of karma, karma phala, janma, marana, samsara. It takes you beyond that. Therefore, that yajna vaibhava was jnana yajna. It's what even Bhagavan said, jnana yajnena tenaham ishtha samti mimati. The one who gains this knowledge and also shares it with others is really great. I consider that I am worshipped by that person through the means of jnana yajna. See, seva, service to others is considered something great. Like the such things. Help ever, hurt never. Vasudhaiva kutumbakam. Look upon entire world as one family. Others also are our own. So help them. Don't hurt them. From that standpoint, seva is a great sadhana. But mind you, when such seva is done, truly speaking, the person who is taking to such service of the others who are in need and distress, truly speaking, is not serving them, is serving oneself, because by that attitude of love and sharing, the sharing that develops a disposition of Shuddhanta Karna, free from desires, etc., wherein one's knowledge of one's true nature can dawn. So therefore, that should be the attitude in the service rendered to others. Not otherwise, what will happen? Ahankara. I have served all these people. Again, you are identifying with the body. All are meant to get rid of the identity with the body. But now you are doing the right opposite. So that, and among the services, the greatest service one can do is first get Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana for yourself, then share with others. When you get Atma Jnana, one file is reduced for both Yamaraja and Bhagavan. Yamaraja executes, but top boss is who? Ishvara. One file, whose file? File of one jiva is out now. That much less burden. Because jiva is no more. File closed. So, therefore, this greatest service is gaining jnana and sharing with others. That sharing with others is considered as what? Jnana yajna. Tenaham ishtahasya. But Jnana yajna, I consider that I am being invoked, worshipped, adored by this person. Even there, different divisions or levels can be there. For example, all may not be on that level. Got the knowledge and share with others. Or when they have but may not have capacity to share with others. Even then, this is told in the Yoga Vasishtha, at the conclusion of the Yoga Vasishtha. Giving those days, books were not available, manuscripts were very rare. Giving books to others also is a service. If one cannot do, then what? Hire a scholar and make him teach others. In health, one way or other, in sharing this knowledge with others, that also is considered something great, though it's a lower level, but it was a great service. So therefore here, so by this, that jnana yajna can be the topmost seva. Others also necessary as a sadhanas. Here the goal is itself real. And that phala of moksha is born from such a jnana yajna. Therefore, Bhagavan is called as Mahamakha, great sacrificer, the one to whom the greatest sacrifice of jnana yajna belongs. Nakshatra nemi. Here, a lot of astronomy is involved. It said, in Taittiriya Aranyaka, what is called Swadhyaya Brahmana, there is what is called a description of one Shishumara star constellation called Shishumara. It is said that stars see there are the nakshatra tarakaihi, mean stars are of two types. One stationary, other moving. So along with both types of stars, Chandra, moon, Surya, other grahas, planets, etc. See, even Prithvi, grahas, they say they are tied to, connected and tied to Dhruva Nakshatra. You know Dhruva Nakshatra? Steady one, pole star. The pole star by what is called a Vayu Pasha. Something, some controlling factor must be there. But Vayu Pasha, they're tied up as it were. Mean Dhruva controls the movement of all these. And this Dhruva is where at the tail of Shushumara star constellation. And in the center of Shushumara, as a nave as it were, is Bhagavan Vishnu. So therefore, like a nail that in the wheel, chakra, the center one, how all spokes are centered in that. Like that, in the Vishnu, with the center of the Shivshamara constellation, therefore is called as Nakshatra Nemi, the name of all stars. Nakshatri. Nakshatri is the one who is the master of all stars. And he is who? Chandra, moon. Nakshatranamaham Shashi. Bhagavad Gita. So therefore, the form moon, who is the master of all stars, it is who Bhagavan only. Kshamaha. Kshama means samartha, one who is totally capable of Srishti Utpatti, Srishti Sthiti, Srishti Saubhara. What is called omnipotent. See, some people know they don't want to just, they want to play some mischief with the Shastras, etc. They say, you say that Bhagavan is omnipotent. There is nothing impossible to him. Can you do one thing? That can he go against his own laws? Whatever laws they have made, can he go against? Because why? Because there is a catch. If he can, he goes against his own laws. All. If he cannot, he is not omnipotent. That's what they think. The limited intellect. That is not the context when we say omnipotent. Even there also, he can prove himself to be omnipotent. How? He only knows, not we. When he does, we will come to know. But when we say Bhagavan is Sarvajna, omniscient and omnipotent, it is from the standpoint of knowledge about the creation and the power to create, sustain, and destroy. From that stand, we say Sarvajna, Sarvashaktiman, about this Jagat, about this cosmos. All knowledge has got, all powers has got. So it is not just simple thing to just argue. So therefore is Samartha, capable of doing everything, Samartha. Or it can be Kshamate iti Kshama. Kshamate, one who bears, one who tolerates, in the sense, one who is nothing but patience. And in the world, Mother Earth, Prithvi is said to be the one who has got the most patience. These people, however much they torture, it bears. That is why. And Rama is said to be the one who has got such patience. In the Valmiki Ramayana, it is Balakanda, described Rama as Kshamaya Prithvi Samaha. Rama is equal to Prithvi in terms of patience. See, patience also a great asset. Because wait, patient. And when absolutely indispensable, will take such action that the problem can never crop up. Till that time, he has got that forbearance, patience. So therefore, the one Rama, who is at the patience like earth. So that is what Shamaha means here. Most competent one in terms of Samartha, or the one who has got maximum patience. Kshama. Kshama means, remainder, balance, baki. What is this remainder? When all vikaras, all changes are destroyed, one who remains as Chaitanya Swarupa Atma. And what are vikaras? The falsely projected Jagat, Srishti, creation, which comes and goes, but Atma is always without any change as it is. So therefore, when all vikaras, all changes accounting for creation, cosmos, when it is destroyed, one who remains in one's true nature, Atma Swarupa, is Kshamana. Samihana. Samihana is the one who desires well about the creation in the sense. So kamayata bahusyam prajayeti satapotapyata satapastaptva idagam sarvam asujata. He desires what? A thorough desire as to how the Srishti has to be effected. Means for the sake of creation, etc. Who entertains the right type of desire with capacity to fulfill and execute it. That's how Srishti is there. You may say, why this Srishti? If samsara has come, that you are asking now. You only order. If karma phalas of the samashti jivas are not there to demand the Srishti, Ishvara has no business to create Srishti. He doesn't want to do anything, but being the karma phala data, the dispenser of results of action. When this demand is there from the samashti jivas, macrocosmic jivas, all jivas, to have the fields of experiences, lokas, to have varieties of desire to fulfill. Don't think ours is the only one. Ours is one Brahmanda. Like that, innumerable Brahmandas are there. They come, go, patapat. So that in all this, so that type of desire who can entertain and execute. So that is from that standpoint, Samihana. In creation, there is nothing out of order. Everything is in order. but we may not recognize it. Shastra, it is said, Upanishad said, Sukrutam. The Srishti is what? Well done. There is no defect. We may not be able to know the principle behind that. There is no mistake on the part of Ishvara. So therefore, that is his desire to create a Jagat is something which is great in the sense, in the right manner. Also, Samihana, he desires, wishes the wellness of all beings. For that purpose only, for the well-being of all, not one, two, etc., all without exception. At the outset, at the very beginning of creation, Ishvara put certain guidelines. Oh, you individual, if you follow these guidelines, you'll be happy. But if you disobey this, if you do not follow this, you are going to be in for trouble. That is how the concept of dharma, adharma was given the beginning of the creation by Ishvara for our good, for us to be well. But we turned out to be what? Great scientists and all that. Started the very veracity of such guidelines. And there you are, what you are suffering in spite of great accomplishment. There is no peace, there is no happiness, unrest everywhere, sorrows everywhere, fear everywhere, no peace at all. So therefore, he is the one, Samihanaha, wishes all beings well, for which he has made provisions, provided we follow it. Otherwise, we will get punished. Not he is punishing. We will get punished by our own wrong deeds. Read next one. Yajna ijjo.
यज्ञयुज्यो महेजश्च क्रतुः सतां गतिः सर्वदर्शी विमुक्तात्मा सर्वज्ञो ज्ञानमुत्तमम् यज्ञयुज्यो महेजश्च क्रतुः सतां गतिः सर्वदर्शी विमुक्तात्मा सर्वज्ञो ज्ञानमुत्तमम्.
So Bhagavan Vishnu, Bhagavan is Yajnaha, because Sarva Yajna Swarupa. He is the one who is invoked through all yajnas. In Taittiriya Savita it is said, Yajnyo Vai Vishnu. Word yajna is for Vishnu. It's for Vishnu. Sthitikarta. Because again, another thing, these actual sacrifices are meant for the good happiness of all devatas. because the oblations offered in such sacrifices go to those devatas, because they have to substitute on this. That one place said, see Ishvara idol. These mighty devatas have to subsist on the offerings given by who? Human. That's how you can do. You can keep them under control also. So therefore, one who conducts oneself as yajna for the pleasure or the happiness of all the deities, devatas. And also, yajna is Vishnu, in the form of Vishnu, is defined in the Taittiriya Samhita. Ijjaha, the one who is adored, invoked, worshipped through yajna is Bhagavan only. Maybe yajnas to begin with, maybe for different type of devatas, pitrus, etc. But finally, that offering to the devata, etc., reaches who? Vishnu only. You must have heard this Subhashita. Sarvadeva namaskaraha keshavam prati gacchati. You may do namaskara, salutation to any deity. Finally, it reaches who? Keshava, Vishnu, Ishvara only. Like that only, you may invoke different deities, etc. through yajna. The final recipient is Vishnu, because he is the one, as the Ishvara, is karma phala data. Final sanction of karma phala is by Ishvara only. He may change if needed. So it's called Ijjaha, the very object of sacrifice. Mahejjaha, the most exalted one among all those who are invoked through yajnas. Yajnas are for different deities, etc. Among all such types of yajnas, so this Bhagavan is the one, Mahejjaha, the great object of sacrifice, the topmost one who is invoked through sacrifice, in the sense invoking Ishvara through yajna can serve as sadhana for moksha. So therefore, this yajna indirectly can become a means of gaining Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Moksha, though directly it will not be able to, because yajna being karma is a product of ignorance, itself cannot destroy jnana. It will destroy ajnana. But it can give Shuddhanta Karna, by which jnana can be gained, ajnana can be destroyed. From that standpoint, Mahejjaha, the most exalted one among those who are invoked through yajnas. We'll continue. Some disturbance was there in the beginning, some technical fault was there. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ